US President Donald Trump has once again thrust the Jeffrey Epstein saga into the political spotlight. On Friday, speaking on his Truth Social platform, Trump accused Democrats of orchestrating what he called a hoax, asserting that the opposition seeks to reignite public attention on a story that the Justice Department has already addressed with the release of 50,000 pages of documents. He insisted in no uncertain terms that Epstein was a Democrat, framing the debate as politically motivated rather than factually grounded. Jeffrey Epstein, a financier whose wealth and influence extended across continents, was convicted as a sex offender before his death by suicide in a federal jail cell in 2019. Epstein's network implicated numerous high-profile individuals, and his crimes have remained a flashpoint in US political discourse. The resurfacing of this case has reignited debate over accountability, oversight, and the role of politics in shaping public perception. Trump announced that he will request a federal investigation into Epstein's associations with prominent figures, including former President Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, entrepreneur Reid Hoffman, and the financial institution JP Chase. Attorney General Pam Bondi has confirmed that the Department of Justice intends to act diligently on these matters. JP Morgan, which previously settled claims related to Epstein with a payment of $290 million to alleged victims, has expressed regret for any connection to the disgraced financier. Meanwhile, Republican Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has indicated that the House plans to vote on related legislation next week, a proposal co-sponsored by both Republican and Democratic lawmakers. The issue gained renewed traction after the release of Epstein's emails by Democratic representatives, in which he suggested that Trump knew about the girls and spent several hours with one of them. The president has categorically denied these claims, stating that he was never aware of the abuses perpetrated by Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year sentence for her role in the crimes. Despite calls from Democrats for the full dossier to be made public, both the FBI and the Department of Justice caution that releasing additional information could jeopardize key witnesses, underlining the delicate balance between transparency and the protection of individuals involved in ongoing investigations. Visuals show Trump attending official events, often juxtaposed with posts from his Truth Social account. These posts reiterate his position that Democrats are attempting to deflect from their political mismanagement, framing the Epstein allegations as a distraction rather than a substantive issue. Historic images of Epstein and Maxwell provide context, illustrating the gravity of the allegations. Epstein appears in official sex offender registries, and Maxwell's involvement underscores the systematic nature of the abuse. Media coverage highlights the global scale of the scandal, emphasizing how powerful figures have intersected with Epstein's network over decades. Billboards and banners featured in the video convey the narrative of exposure and accountability, showing images of Epstein properties linked to alleged abuse and public commentary on the case. Shots of U.S. governmental institutions, including the Capitol and the Department of Justice, frame the political dimension of the story, grounding it in the structures of American governance. Close-ups of JP Chase signage remind viewers of the corporate entanglements in the Epstein network, while Attorney General Bondi's appearances underscore the federal oversight now being invoked. Congressional figures, particularly Speaker Mike Johnson, appear to reinforce the legislative aspect, with discussions underway about hearings and potential investigations. Emails obtained from Epstein's archives reveal a calculated attempt to manage public perception and influence political narratives. Exchanges with associates like Michael Wolff suggest efforts to shape responses to media inquiries, highlighting how reputation management and politics intertwined in the aftermath of Epstein's criminal activities. These details offer a rare glimpse into the behind-the-scenes maneuvering surrounding one of the most notorious financial and sexual misconduct cases in recent American history. Archival footage and photographs, including those from Palm Beach and New York, document Epstein's public exposure, law enforcement action, and the eventual trials of Maxwell. These visuals provide essential context, illustrating the sequence of events from allegations to convictions, while juxtaposing Trump's recent statements with the historical record. Wide shots of banners, statues and public commentary depict the societal response to the Epstein saga, signaling how memory, politics and accountability intersect. A statue featuring Trump and Epstein, placed symbolically in the background of the US Capitol, invites viewers to consider the complex entanglements between wealth, power and scandal. Throughout the narrative, Trump's assertions are counterbalanced with documented evidence and institutional responses, providing viewers with a journalistically responsible overview. The script emphasizes that while political narratives dominate public discourse, factual records and legal proceedings continue to unfold, shaping the broader understanding of accountability and influence. In summary, the Epstein case remains a focal point for political debate, a nexus of legal scrutiny, and a lens through which the interplay of power and public perception can be examined. Trump's insistence on a federal investigation and his characterization of the Democrats' motives reflect the ongoing tension between partisan politics and the pursuit of justice. With multiple agencies involved, potential legislative action pending, and public interest undiminished, the Epstein saga continues to cast a long shadow over American political life. The video concludes by reiterating the stakes, the balance of transparency, the safeguarding of witness safety, and the public's right to understand the intersections of wealth, influence, and criminality. As the investigation unfolds, the nation watches closely, navigating a narrative shaped as much by historical fact as by the contemporary political lens.